So my name is Andrea Mikovich Fong. I have a 10-year-old son who has been competitive climbing for about 2.5 years. He got pretty serious about it, I'd say about a year ago. And I am his personal cheering section and follow him around to all these different competitions all throughout the season. So that's how I'm involved.
So share with us like what you observed that, I think uh, your son had some challenges and you saw this as a parent. So explain to us kind of what you observed and what that meant to you as a parent.
Absolutely. And I should probably share also, I'm a child psychologist, so I'm looking at this through the lens of a parent and also through the lens of someone who knows something about kind of child psychology. And what I noticed was that particularly at competitions and particularly on top rope. So in the youth competition circuit, there's a bouldering season and then there's a top rope season for the older kids. It's a lead season. But what I noticed was that during the top rope season, he was getting extraordinarily anxious. And when I say I noticed that, you could see it in his body. So he would move much more slowly than I knew he was capable of. He would literally freeze on the wall. So during competitions, you have 4 minutes, sometimes five, to make it to the top or make it as far as you can before you fall. And he would just kind of stand there, right? And he'd look back and he'd watch that clock because you could see the clock just run out. And then when it was done, he'd come down, right? And so I know and knew what a good climber he was, but I would see him in those competitions freezing. I would see him moving slowly. He was not what we call going for it, where instead of really trying to get that next move, if he thought it was too far or he got scared, he would just pause, right? And sometimes even just let go and come back down. And then I would see him get extremely frustrated after the fact because he knew he had underperformed. And he would say to me, that was not my physical capability, is what he would say. It was my anxiety, it was my mental barrier that got in the way, not my physical barrier.